All right, got a video here for you in regards to meditation and just an introduction. So, why would you start meditating is maybe the first question you might have. Um, and if you're watching this video, hopefully you have at least some kind of idea why you'd like to start meditating. And I'll just kind of share with you one of the reasons why I did was to relieve stress and anxiety. It's very, very helpful for our mental health, and to develop a meditation practice can, over time with consistency, relieve you from stress and anxiety, help you manage the stress and anxiety that you feel off and on throughout your day or throughout your week. So, and less stress, less anxiety, in my experience, frees up a lot of space, and in that space I typically end up creating, expressing myself a little more clearly, enjoying myself, and just have a overall better quality of life. So it's good stuff here. um, So yeah, getting started with meditation, just some things to think about here. I'm just going to kind of be off the cuff here a little bit. It's a preventative practice, so it's going to help you manage your stress. It's not going to be something, if you're in a high stress situation or you're overwhelmed with anxiety, you're not going to be able to just sit down and meditate and wish it away. In times of high stress and high anxiety, might be very impractical to try to meditate. In fact, might be the last thing you want to do. I know that in the past, when I've dealt with anxiety, I definitely don't feel like meditating. Typically, what I do is engage in some breathing exercises, maybe take a shower, go on walks, things like that, exercise, practice yoga. So just know that meditation isn't always going to be available. So certain times throughout the day, you might be a little more apt, a little more receptive to meditation. So just be aware of that. It's okay if you plan to meditate, Tuesday night and you don't feel like it. You're anxious, something's bothering you. It's all good. Just see if you can maybe push it back to a time that you're a little more receptive. So, and then another thing I'd like to talk about is the ways in which you already meditate, and really just the essence of meditation itself. So, the type of meditation that I engage with, that I teach, is very practical, and it's so practical, in fact, that you're already doing it possibly right now if you're intently listening to me. So when you're not engaging with your thoughts and the thinking mind, and you're giving attention elsewhere, such as with what I'm saying, and you're not projecting or expecting anything, that is a form of meditation, a meditative state that I is basically the essence of meditating. Is you're losing interest in your own thoughts, and you're just experiencing life. You're feeling life, and this is where a lot of peace resides, is beneath and behind the thoughts. And anxiety typically stems from just mental noise in the form of our thoughts that is covering up this peace that is always within us. It's always just chilling behind the mental noise and the mental thoughts. So, think about ways you already meditate. Maybe in conversation, when you're listening, actively listening to someone. Or maybe you recognize when you're not. Maybe when you're trying to listen to someone, but you keep getting overwhelmed with your own thoughts, and that's okay. That happens to everyone. And recognize that's would be uh, I, the opposite, I guess, of meditation, is when you're engrossed in your own thoughts. And so, and you recognize there's nothing wrong with that. I want to be clear about that. But we are embarking on a journey here, and if we're going to start meditating, we want to recognize the two polarities here. So, going on walks, maybe when you're listening to music, maybe when you're playing sports, you're not thinking a whole lot, you're just reacting and you're in the moment. These are all times where you could say that you are in a meditative state. And maybe just anything you're finding a lot of joy in, playing with your kids, things like that. So I hope this helps. Just recognizing the main point I want to get across here is to start meditating. You don't have to buy a cushion to sit on. You don't have to put your body in any specific way. You don't need to sit a certain way. You really just want to recognize that throughout your day, there are moments where you are not necessarily engaging in your thoughts. You're a little more relaxed, calm, at peace, and maybe just take advantage of those moments and see if you can even drag them out maybe a few seconds longer than normal. And that's a good way to start meditating. And then in the following videos, I'm going to give you a little more tips on how to really hone in a meditation practice and specific techniques that I use. And if you want to be a little more organized with it, just some things to think about. So anyway, I hope this helps. Just a brief overview on just a few things, an introduction, what to expect, and just trying to make it as practical as possible for you. All right, peace.